But my guest is here, Dr. Belly, who I did tell you at the beginning of the program that Africa Polling Institute conducted a survey. Dr. Ihua is with me, the Executive Director at Africa Polling Institute. Dr. Ihua, good to see you. Welcome to the program again.
Same here, Nancy. It's been a while.
It's been a while. We did. Like I said, we did, you know.
You're looking well.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And you too.
Thank you.
Let's get started. Like I said to our viewers earlier at the intro, it's going to be an interesting one today. You know, for me, I also do feel that in spite of the not too good numbers we're seeing around the economy and all of that, but when we really analyze the entertainment sector, media entertainment sector is quite huge.
True. And
we see a lot of bright spots there. We can improve on it. You see, I think the just concluded Z Big Brother Nigeria. Yeah. You see the amount of monies that went into that. Multi-choice made money so much, you know. But it also tells you something. But let me just give you the floor to explain what led to this poll. Who are the kings and queens and all of that?
Yeah, thanks, Nancy. It's good to be back. You know, for us, this is one of those soft polls that we do. You know, we do the hard stuff, the economy, governance, and all of that. But sometimes the softer things of life tell sweeter stories and better stories. So this is one of those soft polls that we did. So we just got back from the field. We're conducting some nationwide survey for a major development sector organization. And I observe an interesting paradox. So on the one hand, we're speaking to Nigerians, asking them how is life, how are things, and all of that. And they're telling us, oh, things are bad, the economy is tight on us, things are tough. But as we see that, we also see a trend. At every corner, there's some music playing somewhere. Yeah. People are grooving. Yeah. At every corner you go,
parties.
People are, you know, there's some party holding somewhere. There's a little viewing center. People are watching football. There's a little, you know.
Beer parlor.
Exactly. Where you see a small TV and they're playing some Nollywood film. So when we got back to the office, I thought with my colleagues, I said, listen, guys, we hear this sad news, but we also see happiness, we also see joy. Can we run something on how Nigerians recreate, how Nigerians entertain themselves, and how they rest in spite of the odds or in spite of the challenges, seeming challenges that they face? So that's how this poll came about.
So what did you find?
Okay, so first things first, we started out the poll looking at how do Nigerians recreate. So 5 main ways Nigerians recreate. 1, they watch movies. 2, they listen to music. You know, on radio or through their phones. 3, they rest or sleep, basically. 4, they hang out with friends. And 5, they engage in religious activities, whether you're Muslim, whether you're Christian, there are religious activities, church programs, and all of that. But then we had to cascade that down to, so if you watch movies or you listen to music, what kind of films or who are your top or your most favorite Nollywood artists, musicians, and you know, comedians, and we came up with this list of who we call the kings and queens. And let me state that this is a nationwide poll, because I've received calls. Some people have told me, "Oh, your poll does not rhyme with, you know, some of this what we are getting from America or what we are getting." So you see, how many Nigerians have access to those media platforms? This is what Nigerians who are on ground, who are in the various, and we can look into the various sectors.
Okay, let's look into the various sectors. I see you have the music, Nollywood, that's the film, and also comedy. Yeah. Let's start with music. Okay. What's happening there?
So music is really interesting because when we got back, we tried to really analyze deeply. So in terms of music, the king of Nigerian music at the moment is Davido. And you know, we put this out, you know, on our platform, and we received some bashing from Wizkid fans saying, "What are you guys doing?"
Yes, there's always that.
Yes, there's always that. But I mean, Davido is mostly in the country. Wizkid is always or mostly out of the country, and at the grassroots, what people are still listening to is, you know, the Wizkid. So you have Wizkid, you have Two-Face, you have Flavor, you have, of course, Burna Boy, you have Olamide, you have P-Square. And interestingly, we found out that people still recognize with P-Square as a team, not Peter Rude Boy and
Mr. P.
Mr. P. You know, so these are some of the, but on the ladies' side, Tiwa Savage came
She's
up
still
tops
#1.
as #1. They love her. She's got great fans in the grassroots. Followed by Simi, Tenny, who's also, you know, has made some waves for herself. Yemi Alade. But something interesting we found here is the fact that gospel artists are now coming into the mainstream. When I mean coming, it's not, I would say accidentally, because now
they are being
generality of
recognized.
Nigerians they're recognizing gospel artists. So you have the likes of Sinach, you have the likes of Tokwe Alabi, you have the likes of Chioma, Jesus,
Yeah.
then
this
Mercy
guy,
Chinwo,
yes,
coming into the center court and being
Tim
part of
Godfrey
what,
and all of that.
you know, on the male side you have Nathaniel Bassi, you have Frank Edwards, you have Tim Godfrey that are coming into. So that's the music. And you know, someone said to me, oh, you know, this is not MTV based. This doesn't align with MTV based. But how many Nigerians watch MTV based? This is what the guys in the streets, on the grounds, across the country watch, and they're really enjoying, you know, the sound from these guys. So yeah, Omo Baba Olowo, Davido.
Yes,
is,
Davido. I don't know if we can have that video on the screen, because I can hear. Yes, that's it. I can actually hear Davido's song on my ears. I told you guys earlier, it's a groovy Friday, so we groove into the weekend.
Entertainment is thriving. Little hubs here, little hubs there. For example, in northern Nigeria, of course, Kannywood is there doing its thing. But we realize that in music, in comedy, in Nollywood, you have people who are known locally. So in music, for example, we have a lady called Fati Niger. Some of these people, you know, and that's the beauty of research. We now had to go and start searching, who is she? Going on YouTube to look for her
But she
works.
appeals to her
She
own
appeals
audience.
to the audience. Fati Niger, Nafisa Abdullahi, Hafizat Sarauni, Zainab Indomi, people like that. You have, on the male, you have Omar Sharif, Sati Arewa, and Ali Nuhu, who also came out strongly in the, you know, the Nollywood space. So yes, you have these variations across regions, but of course, when you look at the things holistically from a national level, Tiwa Savage and Davido came tops in the music category.
Should we really take this your polling as exact in terms of like Davido is #1, Tiwa Savage #1, 2 for female artists, Olamide and Koda is in terms of ranking?
Yes, in terms of ranking. I mean,
that's in terms of what people told you.
This is
not in terms of perhaps what they are putting into the entertainment, like number of songs or number of records.
Yeah,
so
I mean,
how much
this might not be even about how much they make. This is about resonance. This is what resonates most with the people. This is what do the people connect with the most. This is what are they hearing in their local communities. Who are the people they are engaging, you know, with. And that's how we came about this. So yeah, you know, people have asked me all manner of questions, but this is how it is from the perspective of the ordinary man who's listening to. If you look at Nollywood, for example, really interesting. So you have Odunlade.
Yeah.
Who's tops? Odunlade is primarily a Yoruba actor.
But has...
You understand? But of course have come into the mainstream. But when you look at the numbers and you do the weightings, you see that Odunlade still comes top, followed by Ali Nuhu.
Really?
Yes, and it's, you see, it's intriguing for us to see this trend, because you need to look at the country holistically. As I've always said in other fora, that Nigeria is not Lagos, Abuja, and Port Harcourt. Nigeria includes Yobe, includes Maiduguri, includes Sokoto, includes, you know.
So does that mean that apart from Lagos, Abuja, and Port Harcourt, what the rest of the people told you in the other, perhaps 33 states now, apart from Lagos, Abuja, and Port Harcourt, would overshadow what the Lagosians, those in Port Harcourt?
Absolutely, we have to wait. We have to, you know, consider waiting. So, for example, you come into Nollywood, we observe that someone like Chinweta Ago is quite popular. Those is little Ovoko or Ekwensu and all those stuff. It's resonating with the common man. And because of that, when you ask people about who's your favorite, they call his name and say, oh, we like him. We like him. Then what we also observe, for example, is that skits are beginning to play a major role. So the skits like Lasisi Elenu,
the short skits
exactly, skits like Omo Badon, you know, Lasisi Elenu, Omobado, Brother Shaggy, Agba, Woli Agba, and all these guys.
I love watching
Yes, Woli Agba.
And I know you watch it too, because I see I see when you go like his video. He's someone that speaks in Yoruba, but if you understand that, it's very funny.
Exactly. So these little skits, and you know what we found out? That these skits are becoming like an elixir, or if you will, paracetamol against stress. So and when we ask people, they say, it's always a stressful day, but when we want to ease off the stress, we just go look for, Woli Agba, or look for Lasisi Elenu, or one of these little skits, and watch, or Edo Pikin. And when we watch it, we are fine, we carry on with the day.
Edo Pikin, that's the patapata of them all.
Exactly.
Who actually even got married, I think, 2 weeks ago.
Yes, I saw that.
He's Koboko's younger brother.
I see.
Anyway, they are my friends, so I know. So you see that those little doses.
And they're serving like little, little tablets that people can take and relieve their stress for the day. So you're having a hard day, you've been in traffic, but you open your WhatsApp or you open your Instagram and then something that came out big for us was this Mark Angel comedy guys.
Yes.
So Mark Angel himself was number 5 on the comedy. Emanuela was number 1 female comedian. We also have Success, who's still down in the first 20. It shows that these guys, there's something they are doing that resonates with the ordinary Nigerians. We also see that someone like Funke Akindele is coming strong, both as an actor and in the comedy space. We also see Helen Paul. Her new Alaja Don Jazzy is resonating so much strong that people are now recognizing that, oh, Helen Paul is doing something well. So for us, what we see here clearly is the fact that content is now king. If you've got a small camera, if you've got and you can create content, make it original and remain consistent, Nigerians would